So, in as much as we advise people to invest when they start making money, when they just start earning reasonable income, of course, the income has to be reasonable. You cannot just invest anything, any little thing you start making. You need to also understand that there are some investments you will make and it will bring your finances from 100 to 0. It's not as if it's not good to invest, but that is because either you're making a good investment at the wrong time or you are making a bad investment at the right time. Either ways, a bad investment is a bad investment. So in this video, I am going to point out one investment that you should avoid as a very young person who just started making money. Of course, you know that whenever I'm talking about growing your finances, investments, taking your finances from 0 to 100, I always direct my advice to young people. I am young, and within a very short period of time, I know what I experienced. And I think that if I am able to share that experience with people, it could help one or two persons out there. I do not want you to make the mistake that I made. Else, you will learn the hard way. So let's dive right into the video. Avoid investing in any business that is not directly beneficial to you, that you are not the one that is directly getting the profit. I am going to break it down. Calm down. I'm going to explain. You know, when someone calls you, or people, especially, I'm going to use people back home, because if there are this set of people that know how to drag people backward when they start seeing or they start earning income, it is people back home. So someone back home calls you and tells you that, oh, there is a plot of land at so 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 place, or there is this business back home that you have to come and invest your money in. It is very, very profitable. Or let's just use land. Let's use land, a farmland. Let's not go far. Let's use a farmland. Okay, there is a farmland they want to sell in the village. It's so it's very cheap. You can afford it. Come and buy and all of that. And then you say, okay, let me see what I can do. The next moment you send the money and they purchase that land. You didn't think twice. You didn't stop to think of how you're going to benefit. How will this bring profit? Who will gain? Who will benefit from the proceeds of this? You did not stop to think. Because when you just start making money, you should be looking at a business that profits you first directly. You need that profit. You need the proceeds of that investment to reinvest so that you can stand well. And this is what happens when you make that kind of investment. The people calling you have already seen where they will gain. They have already seen how they are going to make money out of it. And then they are now standing in the middle. They are the ones negotiating. They are the ones farming on the land. They are the ones harvesting. They are the ones receiving the proceeds of the farming or whichever way. And they will now send you whatever they feel like sending. And now, at the end of the day, you realize that what you are getting is not enough. That is if you even see, because most of the time, such investments never ever survive. They just go like that. And then the next moment you ask them, oh, what happened to this? They will give you an excuse. Of course, what did you expect? Because they already know that this is something that is going to benefit them. All they need is just a sponsor. All they need is just someone to bring the capital, and you are the target. You are the one that is going to bring that capital. So I'm not trying to say that when someone back home calls you, or your mother or your father or your sibling calls you and say, oh, there is an investment, tell them you will make the investment at the right time, that this is not the right time. Make investments in places that you can earn directly. And then when you reinvest over and over again and you stand well, you can afford to make those kinds of investments back home, so that if you lose, you just know that that money is gone and that you still have something here left for you. Because I know a lot of people who make this kind of investments, and till today they have not gotten even 1% of profit. Yes, I am that kind of person. I know other people like that, and I do not want you to make that kind of mistake. I hope I was able to explain that investment for you to understand very well. If this video was helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're seeing my face for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here on this channel, I talk about YouTube growth, growing your finances, investment, everything for you to put money in your pocket. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.